Huzzah. I mean, look at this, right? Oh, wait. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Already not 4x3? What do you mean? Gameception. Wait, you are playing the Stanley Parable. Oh, wow. Oh, I didn't notice this when I tested it. Oh, okay. You can, oh, the monitor is actually showing we've reached infinity. How many universes down does this go? Oh, it's turtles all the way down, guys. Oh, okay, I'm already loving this. This is already winning me over with this kind of... By the way, can we identify the model of this? This is some sort of... This looks like a fat Mac desktop rather than an IBM compatible, to be honest. I think it's supposed to be a nondescript desktop, late 90s desktop office PC, but other than that. Okay, let me just take a look at options. We have audio, closed captioning. Do we want closed captioning? I'm gonna say yes. Subtitles only, full captions. Keyboard, mouse. I hate the lack of a turbo button. No turbo, no reset buttons on the front. Curious choice. So edit keys. Duck, control. By default? That's great. Mouse 1, okay. F5. Oh, screenshot. Pause game is pause. Imagine that. No floppy disk either. One of the slits could technically be a floppy disk. This one over here. Floppy drive rather. Okay, so that's fairly self-evident. I'm gonna tweak mouse sensitivity if we need to. Video, I'm running this in a window. Normal 4x3. Okay, good. Borderless window, yeah, there we are. Bottom right, overlay position, laptop power savings. No, we don't want that. Advanced. Nah, this looks okay. Then, what about extras? I didn't notice the turbo button doing much either, but that could just have been me being stupid kid. No, the turbo button definitely... the turbo button was meant for compatibility with older software in DOS. When newer CPUs started coming out, turning on turbo, pressing the button, actually switched the computer in compatibility mode in low... in 1 megahertz mode for the original IBM PC compatibility. That was the point of having the turbo button. So people kind of misunderstand nowadays what the turbo button is for. It disabled it. It disabled it. Having the button depressed rather than active means that you're running your system in original x86 compatibility mode. Essentially. The turbo button made it slower. Yes, it did. Hey Dark, welcome in. Yeah, on newer systems, if you had like a machine with a Pentium Pro or a Pentium that was a 75 megahertz Pentium or a 100 megahertz Pentium, at that point with the socket 7 motherboard, if you had a machine at that generation, the turbo button did nothing essentially for you at that point. I had my desktop, I have one here. I have a desktop PC that's plopped into a case that still has the turbo reset interface up front. Anastasia, how are you doing? Welcome in. Dark, lovely to see you, as always. It's a socket 7 CPU at 200 MHz Pentium. Thank you, Rob. Thank you. Okay, so what do you guys think about this over here? Do we need to enable these? Both achievements and saves, do we want those? Are they something I want? They're disabled by default, so I don't know if we need them or not. Enable? Okay. Oh, Jesus. I enabled them and immediately an achievement popped up and said, "This is an achievement." Do saves are good. Achievements could be fun to see what you unlocked. Oh, okay, alright, that's fine. Okay, let's enable them, why not? Okay, good. Enable. Okay. So, looks like we're ready. Making coffee. Have some coffee, Dark. I'm just wrapping up this cup over here. How is stuff going on your end, Anastasia? Okay, right, so let's go and begin the game.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Okay.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
The number is actually on his cubicle as well.
Was happy.
Oh, good for Stanley. Stanley is a good...
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
That's an interesting
No one had
prompt.
showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
We are in control. Okay, let me know if the game looks good, sounds good. Holy desktop resolution, Batman. Yeah, that is very incongruous. I wouldn't expect this kind of DOS prompt or any kind of console interface prompt on this kind of PC, to be honest. Working on some personal art. Oh, I bet it's gonna be very good, Anastasia. Okay, let me see. Oop, closed. Closed.
All of his co-workers were gone.
I heard something.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wait. Is the narrator actually telling me what to do?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Yeah. Wait, did the numbers change? Does the game look more or less the way you would want it to? Everything okay, I hope. Okay, there you go. That's a very... That looks like a PS2 system with some sort of graphical user interface. Yeah, Rob, yeah. Those... I would expect DOS 6 running on that or Windows 3. I hate it when a voice appears in my head narrating. Okay. You definitely use stuff. Can we see what the mug is? Oh, okay. Can I pick up things? No, this is... Do we know what engine this was made with? Is this an original in-house engine? Stare at the art. This is art. Thank you. Okay. Unity? Really? Oh, this was Source. So if it's Source, how come I can't pick up the damn mugs? Deluxe is Unity. Okay, makes sense. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. Deluxe... Oh. Did I turn that off? Source or Goat Source? This looks like Source. It doesn't look like Goat Source. The texture resolution is too high and the lighting is very Source. Oh, it started as a Half-Life mod idea. Makes sense. Yep. I understand. Okay, so something
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office,
yeah.
But it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Okay, I see what you're doing, Mr. Narrator. Let me look at things for myself, though. Knowing your city, I'm getting Porto vibes from this for some reason. I'm not sure why. Because of the abandoned office thing, I guess. You know, those abandoned observation areas in the original Porto. What does that say? Mondays. I hate Mondays. Oh, that's so classic. I like that kind of image on the wall. Ooh, we're getting a look at the back rooms there. Every door is gonna be damn closed.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Really? Really? I haven't done it yet, Mr. Narrator. I've yet to enter a door. I don't know. Okay. Oh, I really wanna... You know what? I'm gonna go against better judgment and actually go to the left. Probably a better idea to go to the right. I'm gonna go to the left. I don't know what's gonna happen, guys. Okay. Anything here? I like it when somebody has the instructions well prepared and they're not winging stuff. Tips for not getting fired. Ooh.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Okay.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay, we'll do that, but let me take a look around. How to solve a dispute? Oh, wait. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your site has a slick blue graphic. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Oh, that cuts so deep. Okay, let me take a look at these. Targets. Push for funding for R&D and new coffee machine. I can support that. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Ongoing. So Chris is currently in the broom closet. I've never played DNF, Duke Nukem Forever. I've never tried that game. Yeah, I understand that, Anastasia. I understand. But I'm also kind of wondering how much of this is reverse psychology. You know. Tomorrow, complete today's unfinished agenda items. Write next day's agenda. Reflect. Reflect, okay, good. The future was yesterday, tomorrow is now. Papers are too synergized. I don't think I've ever heard anybody complaining about too much synergy in an office space. Hire someone to synergize papers. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets on the topic of... Did somebody attempt to erase this very, very hastily? Push for funding. Standalones. No, standard graphs. 4x wide. No, not cost efficient. What is not cost efficient? Standard graphs? Yeah, I imagine 4x wide would not be cost efficient. Meeting schedule, floor 4, group. Weekly review, Friday. What to do about 432? Office party on Friday. 8-bird group. We're broke Wednesday. IT department. Oh wow. Cabal. Termination Tuesdays. Oh, that's quite grim, isn't it? Lego. Financial Panic Friday. Franklin Floors meeting. Ideas and development. 432 is going to be important somehow. Secret third option, maybe. Nice to have a termination day. Was it Office Space? Have you guys seen Office Space? Did the Bob say that research suggested that it's good to do terminations on Friday? Oh, these are quite nice charts. To do, synergize, core value, expenditure, shift global market, borrowed something, monetize free to play. See what they did there? The boss appreciation minute. On your boss appreciation minute worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love about your boss, fill out in triplicate and return to your boss appreciation specialist. Solving interpersonal conflict. If you ever find yourself in a conflict with another diligent employee, take 2 people to start a fight, and right now you're both of them. Oh my god. What are your dreams for the future? Oh, this is such a cliche, I can't even tell you. I've never seen the Die Hard movies. I love the Die Hard movies. You haven't missed much. Oh, you mean the Duke Nukem Forever? I'm aware of it. I know that it was vaporware for like 20 years, but it's okay. Alright. So, how to solve a dispute. Let it bow up inside you. Reset core. Don't get fired. Tips for not getting fired. Don't get fired. This will ensure a calm and productive work environment. Yeah, make nice slides. Yeah, this is very over here. This is just giving me a lot of Porto vibes. Can you look at the board again, please? This one? What do people want? Things, money, more money, things, but with money to buy, more things, graphs, graphs about things and money. This one? Quarterly pie chart profits. Pie chart profits. Oh, there's so many little things in here. Telephone dictionary. No, directory. Colored in segment. The stock market is somewhere here. Colored in segment, stripes. What is hot? Target, demographic, teenagers. Yes, the stripe section is stripy. The colored in section is colored in. Profits. 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 Talk less, don't get fired. Do unbelievably amazing work. That's disturbing. Yes, it is quite disturbing. Okay. You know what? I'm going to proceed to the next room. Broom closet? Oh no! Who closed the door on me? That's illegal. And quite spooky. Oh, this is open.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet,
Yeah.
but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
You're very quick to try to tell me there's nothing here.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet.
What if I close the door and
reason
sit
to
here?
still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
I am doubting the narrator. He might be unreliable.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
You're breaking the fourth wall, sir. You're breaking the fourth wall. This is quite...
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
I was thinking, is this a plot for the
Maybe
Die Hard?
to you this is somehow its own branch.
Really? Why?
Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
I'm so
Stanley
glad...
was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Well, that escalated quite rapidly, didn't it?
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
No.
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them.
The narrator just referred...
You've done that, just step out into the hallway.
...to human maladies as your. Is the narrator not human, or is he simply referring to the fact that he's digital and the people he was addressing are not? We may never know. Let me see. I had the joy of going into this game with no spoilers and knowing nothing about it. Yeah, same. I'm quite enjoying this. This is great. Okay. I'm going to say that for now, unless we just sit here for like half an hour, we're not gonna get new lines. So I'm gonna get out.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
8-year-old watching me playing the time. Is a scary game. I was like, I don't know, son, I don't know. But I like it. Oh, that's very cute. That's sweet, Panda.
Coming to a
That's great.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What about... We did leave the broom closet, yes. What about downstairs, sir? What about downstairs? Is there anything downstairs?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the
Oh,
possibility
no.
of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his
Oh,
post during
no.
work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself,
Wait.
maybe I am crazy.
Is the car...
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense.
Wait, is this...
And as
Wait,
Stanley pondered this,
is that
he
the
began to
parking?
make other strange
No.
observations.
How is this car
For
going to...
example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors
Good point.
close automatically behind him
We know
wherever
why,
he
because it's the
went?
source engine.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at
Look it up.
last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! He yelled. This is all a dream.
Not as simple as that.
What
No,
a
no,
relief
no.
Stanley felt
Oh,
to
you
have
locked in
finally
behind me,
found
didn't
an
you?
answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh my god. Oh, no, no,
Then
no.
he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head
It's the
dictating
it's the car
everything
again.
that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found
Yeah.
it particularly strange.
Oh, this is getting very
I'm
meta.
dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley.
Yeah, I imagine it
After
was.
all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this
How?
was a dream.
How?
So he closed his eyes gently,
Nope.
and he invited himself
no.
to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin.
Well, that's quite
The
disconcerting.
press of the mattress on his back. The fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up.
We're gonna open
he
our
thought to
eyes and it's
himself.
gonna be the office again,
I'm
right?
through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons.
Oh, very
Please.
odd indeed.
It's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
Mm-hmm.
Everything will be fine.
Sure. I believe you.
I am okay.
It's fine. It's all fine. Yeah. Yeah. Thought so.
Stanley began screaming.
Oh.
Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real.
Cold
Please,
drinks.
just someone tell me I am real. I must be
It's
real.
okay,
I must
Stanley.
be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
So that
This
happened.
is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Wait, what?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go
Stanley?
call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
That was an interesting bit over there. End is never the end is never the end is loading. Oh. Are we back? Oh no. Oh no. Groundhog Day. Groundhog Day. Is this the same painting? I should have paid attention. I hate Mondays. Okay. You can get water. Yeah, go get water, Sal. Okay, this is locked. We're doing a
All of his
Groundhog Day
co-workers were
episode.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Yeah.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm going to go to the meeting room. Yes. Yes. What do we have here? Awaiting input? Oh, input received. Oh my god, I climbed onto that very easily, didn't I?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm gonna go to the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, why not check the employee lounge if that's the way we're going? Okay. Hello.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments
sit
here
in
in
the
this
chair?
immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yep. Here's the employee lounge. It's quite nice. I really like the open design here.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room.
Yeah.
A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished,
Amika, hey,
here you sit
welcome in.
looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
So far it's been interesting. This is my first time trying this, and I gotta say, I really like the
At this
tone
point,
of this
Stanley's
so far.
obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality.
I like the
It's
second floor here.
possible
Me too.
that this is why everyone left.
This room, architecturally, would be very boring without this section over here, but as it is, it's kind of like welcoming.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long
Ah,
time had passed
see
and
what you
there
did
was
there?
no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Okay.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
The amazing room. Oh wait, it sent me through the same corridor, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Wait. Oh. Yeah, this is very...
Stanley
oh
was so
my
bad
god.
at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Now you're making me kind of question the nature of my reality, to be honest. This is very portally. It feels like I'm going around. Aperture Science backrooms. Okay, watch your step, guys. What sort of company are we? What do we make? What do we supply? Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. We supply graphs? Okay. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift. For the person who misuses it and, you know, that way. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift. Oh. That's very specific. That's alright, man. I understand. Exit music. Hey, hey, welcome in. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. How is your Sunday?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Careful, careful.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
What do you mean?
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley.
Who are we talking
Your
about?
chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Do we want to go there? Okay. Oh, okay, that's quite... That's never gonna stop being creepy. The door's just closing behind me. That's gonna be quite disconcerting. I feel. Coffee maker? I don't know. I don't know. That is a dark room. That is a dark room. Are you sure you want to spoil yourself, Rob? You don't have to. Okay, let me go into the dark room. Oof, Jesus Christ, don't crack.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Hello?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting.
What?
I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Incredibly rude, Mr. Narrator. Played after going through after. Oof, Jesus Christ! Yeah, that must have been. Even the number font is changed. Yeah, it's a different font. Got into this interaction a lot quicker. Oh, okay, so this is just like, oh my God, stop doing that.
This
please.
is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Hey, no. Press H on your keyboard. Okay.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Okay. So, Oh my god, Bandita. Hey, welcome in. How are you doing? Oh, okay. So press 8.
Look at him there,
Oh my God.
pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures.
What do you mean it's
From
not
behind
scary?
his desk, Stanley
I
dreamed
disagree.
of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Press U to watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
See?
The thought excited him terribly.
That right there. That's one of the most disturbing notions of... There's nothing quite like existential dread. Jump scares and monsters and that kind of stuff. Very ooh. I am getting some existential dread out of this. And it's scaring the bejesus out of me. I don't know what's happening. Okay, press R to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Uh-huh. Prepare dinner? Sure.
As he wandered through
my
this
God.
fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Dinner is cooking. Oh, hope you have a nice meal on it. Yeah, I'm sure everybody will perceive this game differently, but that's what I'm getting from it. Ugh. Also, we don't always have to have scary games, do we? Not all games have to be scary. Nothing wrong with the game not being scary. Press 6 to yell to tell your kids a story. Are we? Okay.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end,
Can I
that
just
he might
go?
always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Is this just a very nondescript mannequin? Please press 0 to tell your wife you love her. Is it 0 or O? Oh, it's O.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be?
Hey, that's my
In
cubicle.
reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Impossible Mission 2? I don't think I'm aware of that game. Why we shouldn't... I'm confused, Bandita. I'm not saying we don't want to play scary games. I'm saying not all games have to be scary. Am I making sense? I'm not aware of Impossible Mission 2. Or 1. I imagine there's 1 as well. Press E to go to sleep. What if I don't want to go to sleep? What if I want to continue being alive and awake? Nothing we can interact with? Okay.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing
What
himself.
time is it?
but he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley,
20 to
the
6.
next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay. Um. To be at work in the morning. I love being at work in the morning. It's one of my favorite things to do, but I don't think Stanley does. The first part is not that good, and Impossible Mission 2 is that game, I imagine. Does not have a storyline, at least not in the PC version, which would tie to the other game. Did I miss a message? That's okay. Yeah, I just don't know anything about those games, Wendy. I'm sorry. Press F to start. I'm going to... Can't move this? Can't do anything. Huh. How long can we just sit here without... I mean, we could just sit here all day, I imagine, technically speaking. Okay. You know what? I'm going to actually press this.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press E to question nothing. This is counterintuitive. Surprised you don't know Impossible Mission? Doesn't ring a bell, I'm sorry. It's a C64 classic. I don't think I've played a lot of C64 games, to be honest. I do have a C64, but I wasn't really... The C64 itself was a bit before my time. I imagine if it's a classic, I imagine people know it. I'm just not aware of it. Okay. I'm gonna press C to question nothing.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried...
What? Thank you, Bandita.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
I think we
Perhaps he had
said
simply
the day...
missed a memo.
So you're just pushing me out the door again and trying to get me to do that. Mission Impossible had that sexy computer voice. I don't know. The movie? I'm aware of the Mission Impossible series and the movies, but I don't know of any. I don't think I've played any games that have to do with the movies, if that's what we're talking about. Sorry guys, I don't know what you're talking about. Ever heard of that? Sorry, Slart, no links in chat, but you can whisper links to moderators and they can share them.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the
Yeah.
office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Whiteboard ending. Welcome to the whiteboard ending. Wait, can I not? Oh, you mean the game had a digitized voice? Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Oh, wait. It's... It's the same room with the 2 doors. And then the whiteboard ending. Okay, I'm gonna go
When
here.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his
I'm
left.
gonna go to the left. Oh, are we? Oh yeah, our eyes are adjusting to the light. Look at this. Hello, meeting room.
Yet
Hello.
there was not a single person here either.
Yes, yes.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office,
Yeah, let's go
hoping he
check
might
out the
find an
office.
answer there.
Oh wait.
Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything
I'm
at
just
all.
gonna close the door.
I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
I just like the broom closet. What do you know? Stay a while. Stay forever. No, I can't really pick up anything. I know that game. Yeah. I don't think I've played it, but I know the game. You get the ice cream?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to
Yeah,
his
I want to
boss's
see
office.
my boss's office. I want to see that. Oh, this is getting fancy. New level design, new actually some wallpaper here. Oh. Executive bathroom. Can I check that out? Oh, come on. Don't be a spoil sport. Let me to the bathroom. Damn it. Damn it. Okay, same PC. Same kind of PC. Oh, library. Oh,
Stepping into his manager's
Jesus
office,
Christ.
Stanley was once again stunned to
Oh.
discover not an indication of any human life.
that's a huge office.
Unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this.
Who
What
would
dark
make an
secret was
office?
being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845 is the PIN number, but I couldn't possibly know the PIN number.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
I see what you're doing there, Mr. Narrator. I see what you're doing there.
2845.
I get it. Okay, I want to see how the interface actually works. Oh, okay. You get the pointer.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. and Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
See, I don't know. I don't know the combination. So the panel just opened for... Okay, this is kind of spooky over there. I don't want to... Is the door gonna close behind me? Okay. Is that a generator of some sort? Ooh, that sounds really nice now, Tonto. Enjoy dinner. Okay. Push the button. Left 4 Dead are also Valve games, also Source games, right? I don't think I've played it ever. I think Dave got me Left 4 Dead.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
Yeah, it's very Half-Life 2.
Why did he feel this now?
It's Source,
and for years,
so it makes sense.
never occurred to him. This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is feeling very portally right now.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
How do we feel about going into a room tagged Mind Control Facility? What does that say? If flight is on, call external line 914 immediately. Wait, this line, this one? I don't know. I don't know. Escape? Far too easy. Far too easy. There's no... Okay, it's... we don't go to Ravenholm. I don't want to go there. That escape route seems... But what if it's a double bluff, right? Oh, I can't keep questioning every decision. I'm just gonna go into the damn room. Yes. Okay, it closed behind you. Of course it did. It's a bluff. The district in the book. Oop.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
What do you
Stanley
mean?
thought to himself.
What television screens?
Did he have the strength to find out?
Oh, all of these are television screens? Are we in Cerebro? Is that what's happening? Okay. Batman Stories.
Now the monitors jumped
Oh my
to life,
God.
their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
Is this where
And
we're
Stanley,
being mind
one of them,
controlled?
eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Oh. Okay. What's with the loose cable everywhere? Okay, so these are the numbers. Fired. I wonder who was fired. Fired.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it.
Wow,
His
okay.
own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Are you actually asking me?
But here was the proof. The heart of the
Facility
operation.
power.
Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Mind control
And
status
as the cold
offline.
reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
What if the narrator is using me to do that? What about these? Can you make a tune out of these if you're persistent enough? Facility power. Everything is offline. Oop. 5. I pressed 5. Why did I press 5? Mind control idle. Awaiting input. What does that say? Mind control.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Yeah, this looks like a BIOS input. The narrator is mind controlling the players, possibly, but I'm not sure if that's. There's more to this, clearly. I mean, this is all supposed to be just very meta, right? Right? Maybe. We'll see. Okay. Mind controls idle awaiting input. I'm going to.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
No.
Control?
Well.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going.
I'm not
what
pressing
all this
it.
means. I barely know where to start.
I'm not pressing it.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing.
I'm not
Watching you
pressing
try
it.
and make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
I'm not doing it. I don't want to do
Did you
it.
just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley?
I'm not
that this video game can
gonna
be
do it.
One solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment.
I
that you're
don't
powerless,
believe you.
To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle.
No.
30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing.
No.
No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Oh. 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 Are you going to comment on that, sir? Are you going to comment on that, Mr. Narrator? Yes? Maybe? No? He's not saying anything.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
This is
Perhaps
different.
he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley
Yeah,
looked,
this is
he
different.
couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
What's on there? I don't think I noticed that interface before.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
A classic GM moment. I don't think I've played a lot of tabletop RPGs, to be honest. Want to play this? Want to try something? Yeah, I think I can understand why this is so popular, so yes, I do. You want to know what the Matrix is? Oh yeah, it did remind me of that final scene in the... with the architect, right? Vis-a-vis, or go concurrently. Okay.
When Stanley
Oh,
came
come
to
on.
a set of two open
Come
doors, he entered the door on his left.
Can I get a print of this to hang on my wall, just above the TV, just above the big TV in the living room? I want just a print of these two doors. Can we have that? I'm gonna go to the left. Meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh. Oh. I wanted to go to the closet. I wanted to go to the broom closet. I've been cut off. No fair. No fair, sir.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm not walking past. I'm not walking past that door. I do want to go upstairs. I do want to go upstairs. Yes. Are you not gonna let me to the bathroom again? Oh! Was quite nice. I've got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. Say, that's a lovely purse. Extreme bathrooms. Time magazine. The door is still not closed behind us. The bathroom is, though. Oh. Yeah, one thing that is quite unsettling. Who keeps closing all the doors? Thank you. Okay. Oh my. Wait, what? I'm sorry, what? Why is there a panda? Business strategy? Punk Panda, what's happening? Why are you here? Yeah, poor Silverleaf. Somebody tell Silverleaf he's being threatened. Oh, thank you, Rob. That's so cute. Okay, is this an actual lift? Going down? That's a manila envelope. Am I hearing the narrator's voice in this? Yeah? Or is this me humming? You can definitely hear somebody coming and talking. Oh. This goes on until you... Oh. What does the name tag say? I can't jump, by the way. That definitely was elevator music. Yes, indeed.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf,
I've
looking
not
behind
done any
paintings,
of that, sir.
desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk.
The game does
What
have
could
jumping.
its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret
What's the
that lay
default button?
buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
Okay, I'm going to
But of
input
course,
the number.
Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code.
Just
by
lucky, I
sheer
guess.
luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Hey, Ably, welcome in. Only allowed in certain places. Yeah, I see. Makes sense. Doing okay, doing great. I am enjoying this quite a bit. I love what this game is doing to me so far. Okay, let's see. Oh my god, okay. Loading, loading, loading. 3060 Ti, nice. Are you getting a 12 gig version? I imagine so.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control
Do
Facility.
we want to escape this time? I don't think there's a lot of ways this could go, the mind control thing. I still don't want to push the button. Maybe I do. 8 gig version. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's a lot of... Plenty of memory for a video card. Let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Yeah.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
I think we know at
Did
this
he
point.
have the strength to find out?
Yeah, I believe we do know at this point.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
Are the
Stanley's
same numbers
co-workers.
fired, or is
the
it
lives
random?
of
I
so
wonder.
many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Okay.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
Open.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it?
I'm
Was it
curious.
even possible?
I'm very curious.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions.
Can we go down
happy
there?
Or sad or
I don't
content.
think I went down there the first
Walking,
time around.
eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Interesting.
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Sure. Or... Wait. Can we find all of these numbers in a sequence, maybe, and press them? I think I managed to find 5 last time somewhere. Let me take a look. Oh, there we go. 1, 2. I wonder where 3 is. Oh, I see 3, I think. No, that's 5 over there. Okay, where's 3? Oh, wait. 3? Uh, 4 was up there, right? Let's see what that does. I'm curious. 4. Uh-huh. And then 5 was over there, right? Yeah. I don't know if I saw any others. 5. Are there more? I did press them in order, yeah? I don't see any more here. Yeah, maybe there's more and I'm just not seeing them. Are we sure this is closed? Yes, okay. Let's try that again then. Then go into... Yeah, this is very... the kind of layout of the stairs and the walls and everything. Very, very portally feeling. Facility power. Let's go there. Awaiting input. Okay, let me see.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
System power. Hey, Rustin, welcome in. Alexa told you your life is not being monitored. Yeah, that's probably true. I'm gonna press off this time. Okay.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Yeah,
Was it over?
maybe.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
I still hear you though.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
This looks nice. Although the notion that I quote-unquote turned off the mind control devices, but I still hear the narrator telling me what I'm doing is a tiny bit questionable, I have to say. Is this even real? Come on. Also, you don't really get to see a lot of these kinds of areas in Source games. It's usually closed off areas where you can control the lighting. So I do want to step over there, but okay, let me step in there.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Beat the game. Okay. Oh, I see. We quote-unquote beat the game. Yet somehow I find myself in the office again, even though we beat the game. Well, you know what? This is actually a good moment, I think, to take a tiny bit of a break. Let's take a tiny bathroom break. Let's stretch. And let's consider our life choices in this game. I want to go to the broom closet again. I want to check out the broom closet again. Three things in particular. Are we playing the Stanley Parable? Yes, that's the game. That's the game. That is indeed the game. How are you doing, Cheap Effects? Hope everything's good.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
Okay, so
No
this
matter
is...
how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Mm-hmm. I want to check out the broom closet again. More changes, yeah. The interface was different as well. I don't know about the inbox trays, but... Let me see, over here. Username access. Okay, I can just turn them off, I guess.
Stanley went around touching every
I know.
little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference.
Input
Nor
received.
did it advance the story in any way.
Okay. Same paintings, I think. Okay, this is gonna close behind me, right? Oh, maybe... No, okay. What about... Oh yeah, this is gonna close behind me.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yeah, I know.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first.
Yeah, let me
just to
check out the
admire it.
lounge again. Why not? Let's check out the lounge again. Some of these are gonna be open at some point. I just know it.
Wow.
Oh.
Yes, this room. What a beautiful room.
It is, it is.
What a gorgeous, gorgeous room.
It is indeed.
Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Damn it. I don't think I've actually ever gone into this room over here. I went for this before, right? So I'm not going to.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
This elevator here is quite tempting.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's,
I know.
left.
There's no other way though. I have to go through that door. Okay.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Sir, you're playing with my emotions right now.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay. Okay. Be that way.
No, 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 no. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to
We're in the mind
who
control
am I
facility,
kidding?
Mr.
It's
Narrator.
all
How did you
rubbish
lead us
now.
here?
The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
Hey!
And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track. hmm?
Hey!
Okay, from the top.
Spoil sport. Killjoy. What a killjoy. What a killjoy. Okay. I see how it is.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Sure. Be that way. Oh my god. Wait, why did the door close? Oh, I closed it. Okay, I closed it. It's fine. Oh. I don't think I've ever seen them close before, have I?
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
Me?
Did you move the story somewhere
I
or...
didn't do anything.
Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere.
Yeah,
Okay,
where is
then.
it?
It's an adventure.
Oh.
Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Oh, okay. You're letting me find the story. Sure, why not? I'm just gonna go around over here. 11, 23. Oh, this is gonna be very mazy, isn't it? Oh, there we go.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
No.
I find it unlikely that
No.
we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why
No,
not?
stop. Let me. Oh. You're being very, very naughty.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We check the oh, it's off. It's off now. This is different. This. Let's see.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Well, this is now going in a rather interesting way, isn't it? What about... Okay. Oh, this looks like... Yeah, he's not feeling very comfortable. This looks like an early Windows interface.
Aha!
Ah?
I knew we'd miss something.
What?
The story.
Yeah, where?
Here it comes.
Where is it? What do you mean? Are you sure? It's coming?
No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think
This
so.
looks like...
I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
He's
Do you remember, Stanley?
completely losing the plot.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
Yeah.
Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Okay.
Okay?
I agree.
I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is.
Me too.
I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
What?
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
It's a
Just
bunch of
follow
yellow
the line.
paint.
How simple is that?
It's a bunch of yellow paint. Uh-huh. Yeah. It's always yellow paint, isn't it? It just works. Oh, oh! Solitaire! Solitaire! Ah. What about... Wait. Normally we went through here, right? We haven't been here before, ever. 437. Was the number on the whiteboard in the meeting room 432?
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over
Yeah.
in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
That's
Simply
a
by the
good
act
question.
of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
Sure, go ahead.
Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay.
Oh.
Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Wait. Hi, everybody. Hi, Godders. Hi, everybody. Yulia, hey. Faith, welcome in, guys. How are you guys doing? Welcome in. We were just playing the Stanley Parable. Let me go to this and say hi properly. We just found some random music in the game, because why not? Welcome in everybody. How was your stream, Godders? What were you up to? Awesome, Hitman. How are you enjoying that game? I don't think I've played any of the Hitman games. Welcome in, Godders. Welcome in, everybody. Lovely to see you guys. You guys, if anybody here doesn't know Godders, Dan is a very, very nice and entertaining person to hang out with. Plays a lot of games that are very, very challenging and always makes it feel very accessible. So go and check out Mr. Goddard's stream, guys. Thank you. And if anybody doesn't know me, hi, I'm Vadim. We like to play older games, some newer games. We like to keep things here and there. Right now I'm playing the original Stanley Parable for the first time ever. And we did a bunch of stuff that I did not expect. I had no idea what was in store for me here, and we're having a lot of fun today. It's awesome, really fun sandbox to mess around in. Oh, I always thought of the Hitman games as a bit more linear, but I guess they're not. Yet another series I have very little awareness of. Guys, thank you for coming in today. I hope everybody's feeling well, and I hope everybody from Goddard's stream had a good time. I know you did. So a lot of stuff happening. Make sure to de-stress, de-stream, take a bit of a break, stretch, get something to drink. Very, very important. And thank you guys for being here today. Thank you guys. Different ways of completing objectives, I see. That's interesting, yes. Hope you're doing well, Dan. Hope everything's good. That goes for everybody, of course. Julia, lovely to see you. And Faith, am I saying that right? Faithanax. I love that. Lovely nickname. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Yeah, so we were just doing one of the iterations of the gameplay, and suddenly the narrator said, oh, maybe you need a bit of music to break things up, right? And that's what you guys came into. The music that the narrator decided to play to break things up. Let me show you. Let me get rid of this and show you this. What is happening? How do I? Whoa. Okay.
Cut the music, go back, and look at that
That
fan.
scared the crap out of me. Such a weird fun game. Yeah, it is. Watched a friend of mine play. Yeah, this is hilarious. Dan said if we didn't raid, he would give us coffee with laxatives. Oh my god. Dan, that's very convincing. Can't argue with that. Okay, I'm sorry that this was this loud. I had no idea it would be this loud. I don't know why it was this loud. Look at the
Stanley,
fern.
this fern will be very important later in the story.
Really?
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
We want to take in the fern. We want to take a look at what it looks like from this side, from this side, from that side. I'm very convinced, yes, that this will be a very important fern indeed. Yeah, this is so funny. Love ferns. Yeah, I like a nice fern. How do you guys feel about ferns?
Wait, what? We're back at the office?
Yeah.
No.
You let me
Lies.
here, sir.
You do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
How am I supposed to know? You led me here. I followed the yellow line. Have you played this, Dan? This is hilarious. It's quite unsettling as well. In a very existential dready kind of way. Hey Dino, welcome in. How are you doing? Thank you for dropping in, Faith. Thank you. I'm gonna have fun with this. Have a good one. Talk to you soon. Follow the yellow line? Yeah, I did. And we ended up in the office. Again, somehow. I wonder how that happened. Okay, over here. Oh, wait, no. I'm not supposed to be here.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell
Trademark.
with it. Restart.
Many years ago. Yeah, I think we got an ending about 20 minutes ago. An ending, but what is that? You know, after the ending, it just throws you back in here. So I'm sure there's so many things you could discover the more you play. Okay, so we're back at the original spawning point. Somebody said that they'd managed to, I think Asel mentioned that they'd managed to complete a run in 7 minutes or something. So this is just so much fun. And you know, I really like... There's something about Source Engine games that makes you feel very unsettled in some way. So that's always a bonus. Okay.
You know what, Stanley?
What do you mean?
I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right?
Nothing so far.
Why can't we make up our own story?
Yeah.
Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
I have no option, do I? I simply have no option. Why would I have an option?
Now, yes,
Jesus.
This is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
6 or 7 endings. I'm not gonna ask how many there are. Oh, wait. Did you guys see what just happened? Oh, my stomach just did a thing. Hello? Euclidean geometry? Anyone? Oh, come on. That's so unsettling. You don't... No, but that's not... Oh, no, my head hurts seeing this. My head totally hurts seeing this. Backrooms. Yeah.
Oh, no, not you again.
Hey, look at
Stanley,
this.
I'd also like to veto the
Look
line
at
from
this.
having any role
It's
in the
yellow
whole
light.
story. No lines or
Kenya,
monitor rooms.
hey.
Just don't acknowledge it. We should be fine.
Double raid, everybody. Dan just raided. Kenya, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody from Kenya's stream. Tyler. Kenya, how are you doing? From the hoe into your heart. Tex. Tyler, welcome in, guys. How is everybody feeling? Oh. Everybody, Go and check out our buddy Kenya. We love Kenya. Kenya is one of my best friends. You finished Final Fantasy VII. Congratulations. We just heard the music. Yeah, your ears are spared. We just went through the music section. Welcome on again, Punk Panda. Welcome in everybody. Everybody who is here once again. Go and check out Kenya. Kenya was just going through a Final Fantasy VII playthrough, and she's done. And I'm very glad she's because I know Kenya loves those games. Yeah, GG Kenya, GG. Lovely to hear that. And everybody from Kenya stream, hello. We're just playing the Stanley Parable for the first time ever, and we are having a blast because we've had so many weird things happen that I can't even tell you. Everybody, make sure to take care of yourself post-stream. Something to drink, something to snack on. Hydrating, very important. Thank you, Tyler. Next to Remake Part 2, which I guess takes 147 hours to beat. Can be longer than Shadow Hearts, can it? Hey Yuki, welcome in. How are you feeling? You guys, we like to play all sorts of stuff here. This is truly one of the most unique games I've played so far. I've never played anything that's like this. And we just played Alan Wake very recently, which I thought was very, very meta, but this is even more meta in a way. Hope everybody's had a good day. We're gonna carry on a bit. We're gonna see how much of this we wanna do, so we'll see. 63 hours. Oh wow. Is that what it's gonna be like for every Final Fantasy game? I wonder how long the first one takes to beat, to complete, because I really want to play the NES Final Fantasy at some point. Only 63 hours. Yeah, only. Okay, let's see. We just saw that the yellow line has been interjected into the corridor again, so let's follow it because we're just that consistent. We're just that consistent. Aha. Aha. Oh. Oh. Okay. Going to put Lonely away 5 hours ago and ended up falling asleep. Oh. Hope you had a good nap, Yuki. Sounds like you had a nice solid nap. Oh. This is new. This is new. I don't think I've been in this room. Can you... I was gonna ask you earlier if you have any recommendations about this, but I'm so glad I'm playing this. Oh my god.
A choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here.
Me
Just
too.
walk in circles
Oh
for
my
a minute.
god.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere.
Be creative.
Which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin.
Yes.
So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Uh-huh. So you're not gonna let me choose, is that what I'm getting? 3? I'm sure it reset, Kenya. I think you've had 3 stream streaks 300 times in a row now. Thank you, Kenya, for always being here. Always very important. Makes a huge difference. Thank you so much. Okay. The confusion ending. Yeah, okay, I get that. This is the confusion ending. Ba-ba-da, ba-ba, ba-ba. Ba-ba-da, ba-ba. The door is gonna slam behind me, right?
Oh, Hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is?
Oh.
It's all one giant ending?
Find the confusion
And
ending
we're
schedule
supposed
and
to
there
restart the game
restarts
eight
restart.
times?
Oh.
That's really how all this goes? It's all determined?
Deviate from maintenance room, end up in
So now,
monitoring
according
room.
to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget?
But no,
Well,
wait.
what if I don't want to forget? My
8
mind
restart.
goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well,
7th
who
restart.
consulted me?
Find a
Why
bookstore.
don't I
Bookstore?
get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this?
I'm looking
Is it
forward to
really?
finding a bookstore.
No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle?
Wait.
The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
That was nice. That was not nice. I was lulled into a false sense of security there. And we're back here. Okay. Okay. Can we now maybe finally go and check out the broom closet again? It's never safe. Okay. How long have you played this, Kenya? I think we were talking about it at some point, but how... I think Dan said about an hour.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Then played, yeah, this is the original
memo.
one. A bit, okay. So, none of this is safe.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of
So
his
this is the original
co-workers.
narration again. Let me see. Is this gonna be different? This is definitely a complete restart so far, it feels like. Go get some food, Kenya. You deserve some nice snacks. GG again. Get yourself some lesbian cookies. If you have some. Yes, those are a thing. Okay, here we
Stanley
are.
came to a set of 2 open doors.
Yeah,
he
Tech
entered
Pex,
the
it
door
was.
on his left.
If you go back, first thing I said when I saw that with the 2 drives, I said that looks like a PS2 machine. Yep. Mr. Smart, welcome in. Close the tab. Now had to jump loops to log in. Oh, welcome back. I hope you're doing well. So glad the first words I heard when I came back was lesbian cookies. Only, well, not only. I was gonna say only here, but definitely not only here. So welcome back. Okay, so wait, remind me. Broom closet. Broom closet is after the meeting room, right? Yes.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Yeah.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
In a bit. I don't think. I'm trying to look to see if these have changed, but it doesn't look like these have changed. Hey, Echo! Aha! Welcome. How are you doing, Echo? Oh, come on! No! I want to check out what's in the broom closet. Pout, etc. I'm locked out big time. Hi, Echo. Welcome in. Yeah, I'm doing okay, Mr. Smart. Hope you are as well. Just finishing my coffee and enjoying this wacky game. Sundays are my least favorite days. I understand that, Echo. Yeah, the last day before work is very kind of rough on the psyche in general. Well, we don't get to check out the broom closet. I hope you can just
Coming
relax a
to a
bit.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm dubious. Let me go there and see if anything's gonna be different. Let's see. Bathroom. Yes. I really wish we could turn on the faucet or something. Money is the... Oh wait, this is different. This is different. Money is the morning, money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. This is definitely different. Somebody used the marker to write on the wallpaper though. That's not gonna come off easily. That has to be... Yeah, the wallpaper has to be redone now. Also, why do you have wallpaper in the executive bathroom? Would not the executive bathroom be very, very nicely tiled instead? Can I open this? Yes. I want to check out the elevator again. Are these different? I wonder. Shapes. And on the shapes cover, shapes. Graphs. Time. Indoors monthly. Oddly enough, on the cover of Indoors Monthly, something definitely being outdoors. Could be worse. Could have been carpeted. Oh my god, that's the idea of shag carpeting in a bathroom sounds like a hygiene nightmare to me. And I know some people do it, and it's how? Why? Okay, let's see. The narrator is coming along. You can hear him, right? He just said shh, something. I don't think we're actually going anywhere. Grandma's house had a shag all over the house and underneath. Lovely hardwood. I discovered that with cats in the household, not having carpet saves you a lot of time and effort. Okay. Yeah, we were. I don't know if the cabin was just shaking in place, but we definitely haven't gone anywhere. Better for your sinus. That's true. I never had really much of a sinus issue to begin with, but yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's go into the office. Oh, wait. Awaiting input. The narrator core and Porto's assigned to... Wait. Kevin Brighting, also the narrator in Dungeons series. Oh, really? This is the person doing the narrator voice? I had no idea. I had no idea. Okay. Is this... Do you guys notice... This is the boss's office, right? Can you see how tall this room is? This floor in general, there's like... You can build a loft in here. You could build 4 offices.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere.
No.
Could he really be all alone?
Yeah.
This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going. Here on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk.
Yeah, there it is.
What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past, it had been assigned a 4-digit code so
This is different. The narration is different
random
now.
that no man could ever hope to guess it. 2845.
Why does he have 3 bottles of
nearly
Chianti over here?
impossible to guess blindly, ever.
I guess that's not the weirdest thing happening, but... Can we just poke this somehow? Never heard of cork flooring? Yeah, I've seen cork flooring.
Stanley
not
just sat
as
around
common
twiddling
here, but
his
I've seen it.
thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by
Yeah.
sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay, nothing different I think here so far. This is very... Yeah, this is very stock source stuff, these 2 props I think. I want to get some cork insulation for my walls in this bedroom. I think I'm gonna do that maybe this summer. Because the color I picked for this bedroom seemed nice at the time. Now it kind of seems a bit bland, but it's gonna help with noise dampening as well. I want to do that. Yeah, I just like the look of it as well. Cork in general makes it very easy to tack things to the wall as well in a hurry. Pork? No, cork. Cork. I would like to get genuine cork if possible. It's not... It used to be more expensive. Right now, for some reason, it's not as expensive. I was looking at stuff in the hardware store. Okay, wait. Is there something else here in the dark that we don't see? Oh, maybe? Oh, I guess not. Okay, let's see here. Oh my god. Pork bacon specifically. Okay. Alright. Wait, was this? Is this different? No, I don't think so. We'll see.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
A training mat, yeah. As in the thing that... Yeah, the stops for wine bottles are made out of cork, but you can use the same material and lay it out in flat sheets and do all sorts of stuff with it. Yeah, same material, yeah. It feels very nice, so I know somebody who actually has cork flooring and it feels very comforting. But it's, you know, I guess it's an acquired taste. It's soft and warm, yeah.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Okay, I don't think we've ever actually gone for this corridor before.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Nope.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
I don't know. You haven't actually lied to us that much, technically speaking, Mr. Narrator, but... Okay. Oh, Nelly. Oh my god. See? Oh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise,
Oh no.
he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Oh no.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He
Oh.
doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
No. Surely this is not just gonna...
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
What is
In a
happening?
single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
The narrator has a narrator? And... Thank you, Rob. Yeah.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Wait, this... I don't... I have to stop questioning everything. Are we in heaven? Is this clerical heaven?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Have we been in purgatory all along? Is that what she's saying? No, can't be that simple. It belongs in a museum. Nature paintings of nature, you know. Stanley's computer? It's a museum to the Stanley Parable. Dioramas of the office layout. I see. I just keep pressing the use button. That's all. That's all I'm doing. It does look a bit like a GS, but I think it's supposed to represent a generic office PC. But yeah, it looks like if you take a GS and remove all the texturing from the front plate and you just leave the slits up top, that's what it looks like. Office computers. There you go. Those are definitely PS2s. Even the little angles, they're definitely PS2s. Look at this. Solitaire. Oh, I turned it off. Employee database. Oh, we can't turn them back on again. Credits. The Stanley Parable. Written and designed by David Redden and Willem Poe. I'm sorry. Additional level design, programming, sound design, and the impeccable. Oh, yeah, that's the same name. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So made using Source. So now we know. Made using Source. A little angle, yeah. Have you guys seen that episode of the Computer Chronicles where I think it's John Dvorak trying to disassemble the PS2 and he fails horribly? It's such a funny episode. Okay. Oh wait, they're back on. Are they just timed? Filing cabinets. So these are all the basic assets that are used. Oh, yeah, there you go. They turned back on. Boss's office. Screens for development of the boss's office. Interesting. Mind control facility. Underground. An early version of the underground portion of the game. Oh, so that's what it used to look like. Wait, what was that? I heard something. Narration outtakes? Entire game roughly 3 separate times over. There are clips from early takes.
See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room. Perfect example of poor level design. Textbook mistake. It's the kind of thing you pick up on intuitive.
This is really cool. This is really cool.
You'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here, I'm just going to make this easy on you. Then he pushed the number 4.
He pushed the number 4. So there's something... We can do something with the numbers in the mind control facility that we haven't done, I think.
Where were all of his co-workers? Oh, I don't know. How about they're throwing a surprise party for him for all his button pushing? Does that sound plausible to you?
Could be. You never know. Okay.
Stanley pushed the number
6.
Now look closely, Stanley. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room. Perfect example of poor level design. Textbook mistake.
Okay.
It's the kind of thing you pick up on
Let me go this way.
Hello there, squad.
Cheap Effects! Hey, welcome in. Sneaky Cheap Effects raid. Welcome in. What were you up to, Cheap Effects? Playing some Carrion. I had no idea you were live. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well, Cheap Effects. Welcome in. You guys, Cheap Effects doesn't stream very often, but go and check out Cheap Effects channel. Very good sense of humor. Long time no see. Were you just testing out stuff? What were you up to? Hope you're having a good day in general. Is Carrion... I'm trying to remember. I think I've seen you play it before, maybe? No? We're still here. We're still in the Stanley Parable. Playing a game called Manifold Garden, a Portal Engine game. A Portal Engine game. So wait, Source? Like this? I love Source Engine games. Or is it a different engine just called Portal? I don't think I've... The name doesn't ring a bell, I don't think. Should I check it out? What do you think? Source, yeah, okay. I love Source games in general. They're always kind of unsettling and spooky in a way. Never tried it. Interesting. Freedom ending. We've seen this one. So overwhelmingly positive. Thank you. Just need to, if you want to remind me in games in Discord, I should check it out. Thanks. Okay, so wait. Is this the oh, this over here? Well, this is not exactly what we saw, but it's suggestive of the big door opening and us going through, I imagine. What the hell? Can we see that again, please? I want to see that again. 35? That was a different number. Sourcing Quake 2 engines, probably my favorite. I love the Quake engines. Especially the early ones. Okay, wait. Countdown room. Countdown room? I don't think we've been to the countdown room before. So the game is spoiling stuff for me. Monitor room, elevator. Yeah, we've seen this one. 4. Game design mockup. Prefers Quake over Doom. Well, Quake is a much more advanced game. Oh, the mic control same. Oh yeah, the countdown. Whoa, it looked a bit different in the painting, but yes, okay. Welcome back, Kenya. Look at what we found. We found the museum. The office. Oh, I hear a clock. The lounge. Oh yeah, so that's the countdown room. The giant countdown. Yeah, okay. It just looked a bit different. A museum. Yeah. Some wine and cheese would be nice. Oh, you know, I could go for some... Oh, I love these kinds of... Oh, wait. Wait. What? This counting down too? Oh, apparently nothing. Just a nice little model of a clock. The apartment timer. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending... Game! Stop spoiling yourself! 50 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead... Oh, wait. Did I see the apartment? I did, didn't I? Wait, I did. I think I did. Yeah. The with the wife. Yes. Yes. Yeah, okay. With my fake wife. With the mannequin, yeah. I miss my wife, mannequin. I don't think I've seen that though. My wife. Oh. Wait, what's this? Zending. Zending? The Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the 4th version of the ending. I think I got this one where the narrator just gave up, right? But decided to abandon and change it shortly before the launch. Okay. Wow. Okay, let me see. Levers. Maybe not. Can't actually operate them. Oh. Trailers. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one, released in May of 2012. It features a series of broken rooms and the voice of the narrator informing viewers that he is preparing a new version of the Stanley Parable. Can we actually hear? Or do we not get the audio? Okay. All right. Yeah, this is great. I had no idea. Again, I know I keep saying this, but I had no idea what to expect, and this is just bananas. Okay, can I go here? I don't think I explored everything about the museum, though. just go back for a second. I want to go this way. Yeah, this is where we came from. This is the original big room in the museum. And then we go over here. Maintenance room, yeah. The big copy machine. Greenlight. In September 2012, we submitted the Stanley Parable to Greenlight, Valve's process of approving games on Steam. The Greenlight page had only a series of cryptic photos, which were still enough to win the community's approval. Well, this is essentially the game telling you how it went through development, which I just think is great. Stretch, everybody! Thank you, Echo. Alright. Let me see what's up here. From Michael M. Subject. Oh, hey, I want to see those. The game needs something? What does it need? I heard there was a bit. Oh. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Almost forgot. I heard there was a VR game of the Louvre. Oh my god, cheap effects. Thank you for that. I wanted to get a headset for that. Yeah, I know. The deal with VR is, I don't think it's baked yet. There's some really cool VR headsets, but I think I tried a Quest 2 at some point. A friend had a Quest, and I just get nauseous. It's just not for me. I just can't deal with VR. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get to a point where VR is inexpensive enough and casual enough that you can just pick up a tiny headset and just enjoy it. Right now, I think we're still in the early stages, even though we've been kind of baking it for a couple of years. Check after 5 minutes. Yeah, it's definitely not for everybody. We're gonna get over it somehow. The technology is gonna evolve, I'm sure, but right now it's just not for everybody, and that's become apparent, I think, in the last couple of years. Everybody's been trying to push VR really hard, and it's not like we're gonna stop playing games on monitors because everybody's trying to push VR. It's just gonna be another way of experiencing something, a different way of experiencing something, I think. But yeah, I can see how going through the Louvre and enjoying the environments virtually would be a nice thing, appealing thing for a lot of people to experience, myself included. Okay, let me see. What do these say? From Quackster. Subject. Question. Will the game feature capybaras? Okay, are these actual emails to the developers? Please partner with me in a very rewarding business venture. Detail will be sent to you if you are interested. Okay. How do you make a JRPG? How do you make the worst game ever? What is the difference between a duck? I think there's something missing in that question. How do you stay in shape? Sincerely, Michael the Rock Martin. Okay. What is the strange number? Could you tell me what the significance of the number 1112800 is? I have no idea. Okay, it seems like these are actual. Am I Stanley? Are you spying on me? I do needed. Why? How? Dink dunk. Subject gay. Are you gay? Why are you gay? I have no idea what's. Urgent response needed. Please, I would like you to keep this proposal as a top secret and delete it if you are interested and get back to me. Okay, this is one of those. Yeah, okay. Alien Isolation is supposed to be fun with Connect. Jump scare. Scares you into jumping. Your character jumps out of cover. Somehow I just don't see the appeal of that. See, the biggest issue, I think, with VR as it is right now is that VR headsets are made with the assumption that you want to put it on and engage in a game physically. And that's just not the case with a lot of games and a lot of people a lot of the time. Right? I don't personally see the appeal in pretending to actually run when I have to run in a game. I'd rather not. But obviously everybody is gonna have their own experience. Okay, let me get out of here. Let me go back. Might be different. I still don't think it would be. I think it will take a lot of time for VR to become absolutely commonplace. I would definitely like to Kenya. Yes, it would be nice to meet Luna. Okay, let's see. Stanley Parable. Exit over here.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another.
Who is
How
she?
they both wish to be free.
There's another narrator now. Yesterday they announced Civ 7. Even if it had a responsible excuse in how to use it, and it was still an immediate nope. Why would you want to play Civilization in VR? That's strange. Luna Snow is quite cute. I agree. On, off? I can turn the game on or off? Huh? I did it.
Can you see?
No?
Can you see how much they need one another?
No, I don't.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time
I was hoping not to be splatted like that, but I guess we were. Yes. Game? Hello? Game? Pancake, yeah, I think we just got pancaked. Don't worry about it, Smokey. Thank you for coming in. Lovely to see you as always. Have a good one. If you like playing tabletop games and that's why people might like it in VR. Yeah, I can see that, Panda, but it's just not for me. That's not to, you know.
Amateur effort.
Jesus
Try
Christ.
again.
Not to be taken as a negative comment on anybody who enjoys VR. If you enjoy VR, if you can deal with the way that headsets are made, that's great. More ways to enjoy stuff. It's just not for me, you know. Oh, I think the game just crashed at this point. The game is just not there. Oh, it has to be restarted manually. Oh, the game is now paused. She did say, well, to be fair, she did say press escape. That's fair enough, yeah? I would like to try VR. Yeah. Yeah, you should definitely try it. Absolutely. You should definitely try VR. And if you enjoy it, there's going to be a lot of cool stuff to do. I would like to actually try playing Alex. At some point, I'm going to get some sort of headset to try and play Alex. It's not going to be easy, but I do want to play Alex. There's no good way to enjoy Alex outside of VR. I mean, there is the non-VR mod, but that's not going to be the same kind of experience, I think. Okay, so resume the game is just going to bring us back to the black screen, but begin the game again is going to bring us to the beginning of the game. As far that was the museum ending specifically. Okay, I understand. Did we always have this kind of music at the beginning? And no
All of his
narration.
co-workers
Okay, there
were
we go.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let me see.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
This was never here before, this input on this PC. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, so far it looks absolutely default other than the changes on the PC screens. Noita, for example, is on purpose not limited in what you can do, but if you build something too crazy, your PC might object. Ah, I see.
When Stanley
there
came
you
to
go.
a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I haven't been to the right in a while.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Lounge, right?
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Let's check out the lounge. Let's see if the lounge is different at any point.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley?
I don't
Its
know.
grace, its subtle charm? No.
Was this?
Stanley knew it was
Fuel.
something deeper, something darker.
That's a nice mug. It just says fuel. As you would for a coffee mug.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers are but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, I'm very bad at following directions. Have we not established that? I've already done this, I think, but I don't know what's gonna happen if I do it again.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's okay. That's the same so far. We're gonna take a ride on this lift over here. Yes, I've been to the lift. Yes, to this one. Let me see. If we just step... Yeah.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
I still don't know what he means
Please,
exactly.
Stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
And I don't know who
I'm
that
not
other
asking for
narrator
me,
is.
I'm asking for her.
The game is not over by any means. Over that. I'm getting the feeling that the game being
This
over
is it,
here doesn't
Stanley.
mean much.
Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside.
Hey, Yonder, how are
to
you
let
doing?
her back
Thank you for
into your
lurking.
life. She's been waiting.
Oh, he was talking about he's gonna push me into the apartment ending again, and the person we've been neglecting, he's gonna say is my wife, right? That's what he means. Yeah, there's the darkness over there.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If
What
you
if
can
I
truly
don't answer
place
the
your
phone?
faith in another, then
Yeah, exactly,
pick up the
Clark, yeah.
phone.
Hope you're doing well yonder. Hope you're feeling better. Thank you for lurking. Really appreciate it. I'm not gonna pick up the phone. I'm not picking up the phone. I don't wanna pick up the phone. Do we have the option of not picking up the phone? I don't know. Yeah, why are you calling me? Why are you not texting me? What's wrong? Hey, Tekim. How long have you been here lurking, my friend? How are you doing? I hope I didn't miss anything you said earlier. Okay. Doesn't look... Maybe you can unplug the phone?
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly. I
Oh,
didn't
sorry,
even know that
Teki.
was possible.
If I
Let
didn't
me
say hi, I
double-check.
apologize. Thank you for lurking.
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to
No,
one another.
not this
Music
time.
comes in, fade to white, roll credits.
Not this time.
Picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How's
Hey,
that even
Marston, welcome
possible?
in.
None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything.
Thank you.
I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible.
What do you mean?
I can't believe it.
What?
How had I not noticed it sooner?
What?
You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the
No.
real
Wait,
world.
what do you mean?
Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack." Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry.
Oh, really?
Now that you're
Okay.
properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been.
Well.
This way, please.
Oh, that was great. That was perfect. That was great. I love that. This is one of my favorite things ever now. Okay, this way please. We've broken the room, unfortunately. So, let us depart this version of the room. Thank you. Yeah, nice work practicing that. Where are you taking me? I've never been here, for example. I guess you want me to go here.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story.
Yeah, imagine that.
That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
So, how many endings have we gotten so far? How many ways have we resolved, quote-unquote, this? 10-ish? Maybe? It feels like you could play this forever. Maybe not forever, but for a long time. I'm just going back. I'm just retracing my steps now. I don't think I've ever gotten back that far. You don't have to bother, so only if you can. Only if it's self-evident. I think... does the clock... oh, wait. The time has advanced a tiny bit. 11:25. Apartment, confusion, museum, freedom, countdown. Thank you. Is this clock ever gonna change? Steven, I thought you were dead. Let me see. Let's get one more minute here. Because we've seen it at 23. I think it advanced a minute, yeah. Was it 25 before? Is it gonna move on to 27? Yeah, it is, it is. It is actually advancing. You can see the minute hand. Interesting, that's interesting. Okay.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
From on the other side of the lounge. These are still locked. I just want to make sure. Okay.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Meeting room?
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Yes.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
No, it's here. It's here, but it's not open. Sad violin time. Sad violin time. Sadness ensues. It's not open.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Art ending. I don't think I've seen the art ending, right? Oh, wait. No, it doesn't even let me go downstairs. Sneaky. Very, very sneaky.
I am very disappointed!
Me too, Gary. Me too. It doesn't even let me go downstairs. How rude. It doesn't let me make the bad choices. Oh no, the executive bathroom is not open. Oh wait, it doesn't even say executive bathroom now. This is not on. Oh! Oh! The office is definitely different. Siam? What's Siam? Sham? As a level with a clock layout referencing, reflecting the system time, you have about 15-sec windows a day to complete it. Oh, that's, I don't know what game we're talking about though. That sounds very interesting. Yeah, there's a dais over here, and yeah, that's what I meant. You could elevate the floor quite a bit and still have plenty of headroom.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Yeah, and
Shocked,
now it's
unraveled,
green.
Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode.
Going to
he
be
had
very
seen it on his
different.
boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115.
Night Shark
Was this the code to open the
115?
door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Do I actually have to speak? Please speak clearly into the receiver.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shark
I'm
115?
sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get
I
on
don't
with
even
the
know if
story.
the game
This is a
recognizes my
crucial
mic.
Step. Okay, fine, you're not gonna do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way?
Just open the door.
Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
Was
I'm
that
quite sure you'll be up to the task.
by
Just
design?
follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Okay. That was by design. Alright. Okay, let's go to that place again.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
I want to see if the
Feeling
office
a
is the
wave
same.
of disbelief, behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Anybody getting a slightly sinister feeling? Just walked into the meeting room and he
Yet
reset the
there was not
game
a
on
single
me.
person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, behave exactly.
Did we break it?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Mr. Narrator, I can't actually do anything. Is he messing with me? What's happening? That's an ending, isn't it? Yeah. Would he ever mess with... Well... Yeah, he would. Kind of. Yeah. Okay. Alright. I don't quite know... Different. Buttons. Buttons. This feels definitive. Feels like an ending. I can sit here forever if I want. It's paused. This is an ending. Okay. Is it gonna do the same thing if I do that again? Have an ending. I'm not gonna do this now. Let me go to
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers.
Yeah.
He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others.
Yes.
So the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
These are off now. Let me try to find the boss's office again. I want to see it in the other configuration again, if possible.
When
Never
Stanley
got that
came
ending.
to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Of course, you closed it. At some point, this is going to be open. Work on with 32 buttons. That's not. That's oh, heavenly number. Interesting. Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Don't reset me, please.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
We're not getting into the broom closet ever again, are we? What a shame. What a damn shame. Oh. I do
Coming
have
to a staircase,
downstairs
Stanley
now, though.
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm very curious. Is it gonna be the old one? The original red office or the green one? If I go there now. Executive bathroom. Okay. I've got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. Say that's a lovely purse. Okay, we've seen this. We've seen this before. Okay, so it's the old office now. Okay. Is the elevator gonna do the same thing? Let's see. Yes. Yes. And that's what it does. So thank you, sir. Okay. Let me go to the office again.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean,
wait.
he wondered. Desperate for answers, he began turning the room over. Look, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
No. Oh, okay.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Okay. You know what I want to do? I think I want to get the countdown and press the button during the countdown. Let's see if that changes anything. Can we even do that? I wonder. Let's see.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there. I'm not gonna go for the escape again. Although, not right now. I do want to do it again, but not right now. Click.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Yes, there they are.
What horrible
All
secret
of them.
did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
Yep.
And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Okay,
This
let's see.
mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone
Rob.
else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Okay.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls
Let me see.
labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content.
Let me try to
Walking,
press
eating, working.
those
All of it
buttons
monitored
again.
and commanded from this very place.
Thing is disabled.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
We find
For he
more
would dismantle the controls once and for all.
of these buttons. 5 is down here. Was 4 up there, yeah. Maybe the numbered switches are timed somehow. Maybe that's a thing as well. Four. Yeah. You can definitely hear the presses registering. And 5 was over. Oh, not separate panel over there, yeah. I only see 1 through 5. If there are more, I'm missing them. I guess maybe running them in a different sequence might give us something. With meat? Oh, that's lovely though. I'm glad you're having lasagna. Okay, let me just check this here. Again, although it kind of feels suspicious to just put this here without any reason, right? But then again, what do I know? Okay, let's try to get the countdown and see if we get something different if we actually disable the countdown. Wait, did we already do that? I forget. Yeah, now I'm just questioning everything. But let me go no.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power,
I mean on.
he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an... Oh, Stanley,
Yes.
you didn't just activate the controls,
I did.
you?
I did.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you
Did.
go and you
I
try
did
to
do
take
that,
control of the
yes.
machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't
Stanley.
have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated
Yes.
without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you.
Okay.
About me.
Okay.
Where we're going. What all this means.
So,
I
first
barely
time
know where
around,
to start.
I just let it go
What's
down.
that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are. A moment of solace before you're obliterated.
How do
All
I...
right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free.
Wait,
Of course,
can I
that
even
was
do
merely
anything?
in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground,
Maybe not.
swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the
I guess
control
not.
wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around
Yeah, I guess
will
it's
be even
triggering
better. My
without
goodness,
the DNA
only
ID just
34
means...
seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These
Same,
are
I think the
precious
same.
additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Yeah.
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Yeah.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it on?
I did,
I mean,
yes.
look at you, running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe
Yeah.
this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something
don't-
here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten?
Let me
Won,
try.
Solved? Do
Let me
you
try.
have any idea what your purpose in this place is? But you really believe there's an answer? How many times will you replay this bit, looking desperately for a solution? 10? 100? 1,000?
Oh,
I
the
look
door
forward
closed.
to finding out and to watching the bomb go off each time you
The door
fail.
closed.
Just you and me in the retching explosion of fire and metal over and over and over for all of eternity. And Stanley died again. And Stanley died again.
35...
And Stanley died again. Take a look at the clock, Stanley.
Yeah, I know,
That's
I know.
30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom
Ah.
meant nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice.
I don't
Make
know.
it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke.
Yeah, this is
And
not
believe me,
working.
I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever
Bye-bye.
after.
Okay. Okay.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
This is
No
different
matter how
dialogue.
hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Careful, don't get killed by a door. This is not Duke Nukem 3D. Same painting, I think.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Lounge.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Lounge.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yep.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness.
Really.
Then the feeling went away, and
Okay.
he felt sad again.
Oh.
Then it came back, and lingered for a minute or two. Now it's only half there. Just a kind of, tingle.
Kind of tingle.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on
Was
his
it?
left.
Ah, too late. I think it was on every time. I'm not sure. Let me... go to the left.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I'm gonna go back on track right away.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office.
we've been going
He
for
wanted to
almost-
wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
He doesn't know.
From
Yeah, I
here
think we
it's,
confused them again.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
You're gonna play with me now. I know.
No,
Oh
no,
my
no,
God.
not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's
Yeah,
clearly...
yeah.
Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Yeah. He doesn't know.
No, let's see. We went
just
down,
doesn't know.
right, left, down.
Is he gonna
left,
give up again?
Right. Yep. Okay. Yes, I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Was this van here before? I forget. No, this is no.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is
Yeah.
all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
Sure, I'm looking down. Oh my God,
We just
rather
have to
not
back
look
to,
down.
Who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable.
Is he
How
gonna
about,
reset?
Rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense,
gonna reset.
we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
There we go. Okay. Oh. Now I can't do the heaven ending in this iteration of reality. I can't have input over here. Interesting. Very interesting.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
This is great. This is really good. So, I'm gonna say we've seen a bunch of the endings. Relate so much to this narrator, I'm equally useless at explaining things and giving directions. I think Yuki, the narrator, is kind of feigning his the notion of being useless. He's kind of suspicious. 10 or 11 endings, jeez. So what I don't know at this point is who the other narrator was, who the lady narrator was. And there's a bunch of other permutations we haven't done yet. But I feel like we've played a bunch of the game, and this might not be a bad place to stop. What do you guys say? Almost at 4 hours anyway. Almost midnight. This was great. I had no idea what to expect from this, but this was great. You know what? We could go back to this and just have more fun with it at some point. If we have some time to spare, you could just boot this up and see if there's anything else you can get. Gets tricky, yeah. That might be something to do. Like, let's spend some time searching for another ending at some point, right? I feel like this is a great way to... It's not over... Yeah, it's not... At this point, we've seen the game end, but we don't really know what else we can get, yeah. I feel I would need a notebook, yeah. That might be a good idea too. Small things you wouldn't think to try, yeah. This is great. This is perfect. Can I save my progress like that? New save game? Okay, there we go. So we have a save and we can continue with this ending progression at any point we like. Perfect. Perfect. Really good. This was great. Oh. That was a blast. Yeah, so much stuff happened that I had no idea would happen. Perfect. Yeah, I'm glad you guys were here to see. I've been aware of this game for so long, and now I know why people talk about it this much. There's a lot of narration in this that is very vague and very meta-narratively placed forward. That it's just really cool. It's just really cool. I enjoy this quite a bit. Jason, thank you. Okay, let me find the right target before we go. Is this PC gonna be on? Yeah, there it is. So, there's Alpaca playing some Stalker. Let me see. CD's playing some Morrowind. Oh, DM's playing some Skyrim. Should we go to DM? We haven't raided DM in a while, I think. Maybe? Why not? Haven't raided Alpaca in a while as well, I don't know. Yeah, let's raid Jamie. We haven't raided Jamie in a while. Alpaca. Whacker. Let's do that. Did I not spell it correct? Let me see. What do you mean invalid username? Oh yeah. There we go. There we are. Huzzah. So, guys, everybody who was here today, everybody who is here right now, this was great. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Thank you, everybody who raided in and stayed for a while. I know it's getting pretty late, but you guys are awesome. Thank you, Sel. Thank you, Kenya. Thank you, Panda. Thank you, Yuki. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Mr. Smart. Nino. Tex. Everybody. I'm gonna miss so many people. Thank you, guys. Joe! Thank you for lurking. Thank you. Thank you, Joe, as always, for lurking. I really appreciate it. Guys, this was a lot of fun. Techie, thank you. We're gonna continue with, I'm not sure yet, tomorrow. Either I might just try to set up the PS2 and get AOD working on actual hardware. I'm kind of feeling that that's what I want to do, but I'll let you guys know. Thank you guys for being here. I hope to see you again tomorrow. And in the meantime, everybody, have a good evening, have a good morning, have a good whatever applies in your region. Stay safe, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Love you guys. Peace.